This is my 1993 MK4 Toyota Supra, and today I'm gonna completely tear it apart. I have purchased this car a few weeks ago as the cheapest turbo Supra on the entire German internet. Right after purchase, I went straight to work. I gave the old lady a service while finding some unsettling things.
It looks super thin. Why does it look so thin?
But most importantly, I changed out the black glass headlights for plastic chrome ones in preparation for the build I want to turn this car into. But today, things are gonna get a little more involved. We are doing a complete teardown, and I'm starting right off by removing the original rear wing. I'm planning to sell as many of the original parts as I can to make this transformation as cost effective as possible. And speaking of transformation, if you want to know what I'm gonna turn this car into, make sure to stay till the end of the video to find out where the journey is headed, and subscribe to stay up to date on the build. This is gonna be wild. With the wing off, all that's left to do is pack it up and send it away to its new owner, who is hopefully gonna have a better use for it than me. Of course, I'm not planning to drive around in a wingless Supra, as it straight up looks bald without one, so I got a plan. This right here is our brand new wing, and there's a bit of a story behind this. I really wanted a TRD wing, the only problem being that they are pretty expensive, even if you decide to get just a TRD style rear wing. Now these usually start upwards of $500 US, which I was not willing to pay. And that's where this comes in, because this package right here comes all the way from China. More specifically from AliExpress. And hear me out. So there were a couple of options I could have went with. Either I get a original TRD wing for like, I don't know, thousands of dollars, or I get a TRD style wing, which is basically just like a remanufactured non-OEM thing, which is still super expensive at over $500 US. Or I could also just hop on AliExpress and go for the cheapest wing they had, which was this. Supposedly this is actually a full carbon fiber wing, and with the current exchange rate it only cost me about $200 US, which is not much for a full carbon fiber wing. Yeah, let's see. Now, listen, I do not recommend you do this, as it can be a bit of a risk to order something of relatively high value from a Chinese website, especially if it's body parts for a car, since you will basically never know whether or not it actually fits, nor if it's high quality. Plus, return policies can be a bit fishy at times, so you can imagine how surprised I was when I saw this. Yeah, I really don't know what to say, guys. I think we really are at a point where you do not need to be ashamed of ordering stuff for your car from AliExpress anymore. From what I can tell on first glance, the quality is actually insane. Like, this entire wing, full carbon fiber, even with these little end plates that will fit over the corner of this right here, with hardware, cost me literally around $200. I mean, I really don't know what to say other than, like, to the Chinese guys who manufactured this full carbon fiber wing, props to you guys. You did a fantastic job. Now, of course, looks aren't everything. This wing also needs to fit, obviously, which we're gonna test out later in the video, but let's keep ripping apart the Supra. Wing done, now onto the hood. The stock aluminum hood of the MK4 is already pretty light, but I've decided to go for a fiberglass hood, which not only is even lighter, but also has a pretty cool design. You'll soon see what I'm talking about, but for now I gotta keep moving quick to make some more progress. Since I'm changing out the entire front of the car, it means that I will also need to remove the headlights again, at least temporarily, to get access to all of the front bumper mounts. We are making great progress here, and with almost the entire front already removed, I can now tackle the front bumper. First, I'm removing the weather seal that is glued in between the bumper and the hood gap. After that, I can loosen the bolts underneath. The front turn signals are also mounted inside the bumper, so I will need to remove them as well to get better access to the remaining bolts. Getting to the remaining bumper bolts is a little tricky since they are hidden up and behind the wheel arch liner, but after a bit of finagling, also they are removed. There's only one last job to finish on the outside of the car, the side skirts. I'm not only transforming the front of the Supra, but also the sides and the rear. So to get the car ready for its new body kit, I first need to remove all the old stuff. I really don't know what to say, and it's honestly kind of weird to see my Supra, my absolute dream car, in this condition, but that's just the price you have to pay when you start modifying your car. You basically just need to get rid of some stuff. The Supra is now ready for all of the new bolt-on parts. Well, at least on the outside. Because there are still a bunch of things I need to rip out on the interior to get this thing ready for what it will become very, very soon. And I also just want to say, if you made it this far into the video, I just want to give you a quick thank you. Also just a quick reminder for you to hit that subscribe button and that like button right now to not miss any future videos like this, because there's more on the way. Now onto the interior. Ever since I got this car, I've noticed this incredibly weird smell on the inside. So removing most of the interior parts does not only make room for new parts, but also makes it easier for me to find the source of the stank. The crusty old seats obviously need to go, no question. Not only do they not fit the look I want to go with, but they also are in a horrible condition, and this car just deserves better in my opinion. Like with the front seats, the rear ones also need to go. Not only are they completely useless in this car due to the lack of space, but they're also not very nice to look at. Well, not so comfy anymore in here. Anyway guys, I just want to let you know that I always read your comments and I heard you. Because many people have commented in the last Supra video about my head unit decision right here. I went with this huge A Toto unit simply because it has wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and it has the ability to not only connect a dash cam but also a reverse camera, all built in from factory. But of course, and I totally understand you guys, many of you were like, nope, that does not look good. And honestly, I agree with you. This is an awesome head unit, but it just doesn't really fit in the interior of the Supra. It's just like protruding right here. It's just barely clearing the AC controls. So yeah, I'm just gonna remove it again, I guess. Just to clarify, me removing the Toto radio from the Supra doesn't mean it's bad in any way. Quite the opposite actually. It sadly just doesn't fit the interior design due to its size, so I will be swapping it into another car later where I can fully take advantage of this head unit. Now that's what I would call a fully disassembled Toyota Supra Mark IV. It really kind of hurts me to see it in that condition, but like, look at all of these parts! Look at this! And the coolest part is that everything you see here is basically already sold. Seats are gonna be picked up soon, as well as the side skirts. I'm gonna keep the headlights, but the hood is going too. Front bumper is sold. And this is the only part that I haven't sold yet, but I really don't know. I think it's gonna be a little tricky to sell the rear seats because, first of all, most of the people already have rear seats in their Supra, and I guess theirs are in a little bit of a better condition. But too much talking. Let's test fit this actually super awesome wing. Like I said when I was unboxing the China wing, I really wanted to do at least a rough test fit to check if the high quality looks also translate to a high quality fitment. To do so, I first need to get rid of some sealant that was still on the car from the original wing. And then it's just a matter of bolting it onto the car with the provided hardware. I cannot wait to see this wing fully bolted down. And there we have it, guys. A full carbon fiber wing, at least somewhat mocked up on the car. I haven't bolted it down on this side properly because there are some fitment issues, which, yeah, well, you just have to expect when you buy a wing from AliExpress for $200, which is actually full carbon fiber. So the issue I'm currently having is that on this side, the hole doesn't line up with the hole in the rear hatch. So I'm gonna have to re-drill the hole in these little feet. But apart from that, I'm pretty happy with the fitment. On this side, the gap could be a little smaller, but I think if I re-drill the holes here as well, I'll be able to properly mount this and also get this angle right. You can see at the minute it's pointing a little inwards. It should point straight forward, just like it does on this one. This one actually fits perfectly. And if we take the wing itself and put it in here, you can see just how insane this looks. This is so crazy. Let me try to give you a wider shot of this. Yeah, about there. Isn't that insane? Now I'll just need to re-drill the holes in here to actually mount this wing piece. And I'll also need to re-drill some holes in the feet just to make it fit 100% perfect. Also, I just want to say that it's actually insane how much this wing smells like epoxy. You can barely breathe while working with it. Anyways, for a quick mock-up, this looks insane and I'm super happy with this wing. It's crazy. I cannot believe that this was actually so cheap. I don't know about you, but I would count that as a massive success. I'm trying to save as much money as possible with this build and, well, not repeat my spending habits from when I built the RX-7, so it's definitely relieving to see that even affordable parts can do the trick just as good as the expensive stuff. And now that there's not all that much left to take off the car, the dash panels are the only thing left for me to remove for now. Previously, I restored the trim with body filler, sanded it down and temporarily hit it with a bit of primer as I was in a bit of a time crunch. I will be completely replacing this trim in the future anyways, but for now I just want to remove it to give it a quick paint later. That's what I would call a whole lot of progress for one day, guys. And with all of that out of the way, I cannot wait to finally fit the body kit onto the Supra. If you're curious what I'm gonna turn the Supra into, make sure to hit that subscribe button right now because in the next video we're gonna fit the full body kit, so make sure to stay tuned for that. I'll see you guys in the next one.